we're going the wrong way.
Dang.
I think she did it on purpose.
Redirect its course.
To be fair, we're going into a very strong headwind.
Oh yeah.
So we're following through. Lots of times we say we're going to come back to a place and we don't get back there right away or ever.
Well, the campground is what we've been to before, but Meteor Crater itself is something we've driven past. How many times? 6, 7, I don't know.
10.
A lot of times, like, we should go to the Meteor Crater sometime.
Yeah, and see it. It's like 50,000 years old or something. And so when we stayed at Meteor Crater Park, which is like 5 minutes from Meteor Crater, last October, we're like, we really have to do that sometime. So here we are.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of us because we don't do this much.
Check it off.
Check that off the box. So it's just me and Brian and Alex, and we're gonna head over there today before it gets too hot. And tomorrow we get to see our babies.
Yay!
Yay! We get
Go
to see
California.
Yep, we see the twins tomorrow. So after 10 weeks, we're going to drive. We got another 370 miles to go. They're still working. They have camps through Saturday, but they've got like 5 full hookups at the camp. And so we're allowed to go stay there. I mean, obviously we pay. And full hookups, and so we're gonna hang out in the desert.
Okay, we're on our way to the Meteor Crater Visitor Center. It's like 5 miles from the campground. I didn't realize it was that far though. We called an Uber. This is our Uber driver. What's your name again? Alfred something? No, what is it?
Don't distract the Uber
It's
driver.
Al something. She's very young. I think she just has her permit, but I guess it's hard to get Uber drivers nowadays. So here we go. Okay, it's over there. And we're going the wrong way because we're turning around and going back because the campground has a $5 discount for 2 adults off of admission, and we left the paper back at the RV. So we're going back to get it. Extra driving, Alex. You did it on purpose.
She probably did.
I think she did it on purpose so she could get extra driving in. We're here. Nice and empty. I like that. So we're gonna go check it out. Bring you along, show you what it's all about at the Meteor Crater.
We have a ton of wheelchair parking spots, so hoping it should all be accessible.
Yeah, I don't think the rim tour, they're not advertising it as accessible, but we'll ask them what kind of surface it is. If it's just like gravel or something, I can maybe do it.
Yeah, maybe you can. All right, which way? All right, Theater, the Crater, Discovery Center, Collision Tours. So it looks like we're going that way. Well, we can do elevator with you. Ding. Okay, guys. That's what you get for taking too long. Very cool. They actually trained astronauts here. We're going to do the hike first because it will get too hot. It's already close to 9 o'clock, so we get that first. It's a mile. See if Brian can do it.
But before we go out, again, this is a friendly reminder that this is a committed tour. Once we are on trail, we do not allow anybody to venture ahead of us.
I'm walking down there. Alex is probably not.
See the astronaut suit, Alex.
It's funny, that thing down there, that black thing is like 10 by 15 or something. It is pretty amazing to think that this was formed by a meteor, and for years they thought it was formed by a volcano because that's kind of all they knew. They didn't really believe in things falling from the sky. And then over the decades they proved more and more. So I think in like 1962 they confirmed that it was made by a meteor. Because the weird thing when you're places like this, like the Grand Canyon in here, you don't get an idea of scale. It looks like it's not that far away. So they do have these things you can look through. So there's a 6-foot-tall astronaut down there, and I mean, it's a speck from up here. So, but you think, oh, that doesn't look that far away. But then when you realize, okay, that's a 2-story house. This is a 6-foot-tall astronaut. So you get to look through and see just the actual scale of this place. If you're into space stuff, your kids are into space stuff, this is really neat here. They have a very nice museum, a lot of great information. It's funny how there's so many things across the country that you've never heard about until you drive by them, and then you're like, oh, and you stop in, and really amazing things around the country.
Moving at 11 miles per second.
Searching. Oh, wow, you're not loud.
Let's catch up to that asteroid, Jackie. Punch it.
Yes, sir. Course bearing entered and on our way.
Love looking at rocks. These are
Shiny
really cool.
rocks. Polished rocks.
Alright, so that was pretty neat, wasn't it?
That was really neat. I highly recommend.
It's here, you know, along Route 66, so you kind of think, oh, maybe it's an older kind of kitschy, is that what you call it? Kitschy?
Yeah.
Kitschy kind of tourist attraction, but it's not. It's really well done.
Yep.
So-
Really nice facility, and
Glad we came.
the museum part, like we could have spent even more time in there. There was so much to read and learn
Yeah.
about.
But they have like a 4D video thing that's cute for the kids.
Yeah, it's like the chairs actually move.
Yeah, it's Disney-esque.
Yeah.
And then they have a movie about it. Then you can do like just the rim tour, which is just a quarter-mile out and back, but they give you all kinds of information. And there's a couple lookout points. There's a really neat gift shop. They're making an eatery, but it's like really well done. Yeah, so if you're interested in like geology or space or anything, one thing I wish they touched more on like maybe the tour or the movie would have been the space training that was done here. They had it a lot in the museum. So from 1963 to 70 or 71, they actually trained astronauts here because it was similar to the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
So that's kind of really a cool aspect that the movie didn't touch on as much. But if you go through the museum, you can read all about it. I had a brilliant plan. Did I have a brilliant plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I think that involves biking. I'm on board with.
And it's off-road because, let's face it, there's not a lot of roads out here in this area of Arizona.
Now, and this one, used to be the road. It's the old Route 66, and it's just, I don't know if it was ever paved, but now it's just kind of packed dirt.
It's just dirt.
And it's closed to cars, so.
It just leads endlessly to a mountain that could be 5 miles away or could be 50 miles away. You really can't tell.
Right, you can see the big mountain in Flagstaff that looks pretty close, but it's actually like, I think still 30 or 40 miles away.
But we have not gotten any biking in recently. Alex just said there's cobwebs in my helmet.
Yeah,
So
that's bad. That's how long it's been.
That's how long it's been. It's been barely a month since I've been on
Spiders
my bike.
living in your helmet.
So we better get going. It's going to be a really cool view when we go out that way. Having fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so we made it to the edge of someone's ranch because there's a fence there. How far did we go?
0.6 miles.
Wow. We're no closer to the mountain. Seriously, we only went 0.6 miles.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, we're going into a very strong headwind.
Oh yeah.
And it was all uphill. And it's uphill on the way back too, I can see it. So, and that's Interstate 40 over there. Oh, there's trucks. All right, so I'm glad, we knew there was a pretty good wind, so I'm glad the headwind is on the way out, because you know, if it was a tailwind on the way out, we'd go way too far, get super tired, and then have to go all the way back in headwind. So it's much better to go into the headwind, come back with the tailwind. But I think we're gonna have to go a bit further, because 0.6 miles is quite unimpressive.
We have to at least go 1 mile.
I was hoping like 2 or 3, but
Yeah. Well, it's getting kind of late. I got to do check the oil and tire pressures and all that. So
that's true.